Alright, so I'm going to explain FRQ from one of the questions on the FRQ on AP Stats. I'm going to start do question 2.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is? Oh, my cabbages!
Part A, explain whether or not sample method 1 is an appropriate method for the farmer to use to estimate the proportion of
My cabbages!
that are damaged by aphids. So sample method 1 is literally check square 3 and just check sample square 3. So that means that we're going to be checking this one, this square, and only that square. And I can't tell you how stupid that is because you're only checking one square and not one of the rows or columns in a line. So the farmer is only going to check the aphids farthest away from the river. Sample method 1 is not a good sample method because the method only checks one sample. Using sample method 1, the farmer will not be able to get any proportion of aphids in the row of patches of the cabbages because he's only checking one. He may be able to find out a proportion for row A, but he will not be able to figure out a proportion for B, C, D, or E, or any of the columns for that matter. So sample method 1, the farmer is not going to figure out a sample because it is not random. Part B, using sampling method 2, the farmer randomly selects row E and examines every
My cabbages!
If the farmer's belief is correct, determine whether the selection of row E is likely to provide an overestimate or an underestimate of the proportion of
Cabbages!
So basically, the farmer believes that the closer you are to the river, the more likely you are to find aphids in the rows. Because the farmer is choosing sampling method 2 and randomly selects row E, he's only going to check this row. So the question asks us whether or not the farmer is going to get an overestimate, or underestimate of aphids. Well, since the farmer has only randomly chosen to look at row E, he's only going to the farmer is only going to be able to check plot 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. The farmer's hypothesis is that the closer you are to the river, the more aphids you're going to see. So using sampling method 2, there will be an overestimate in the aphid count because of the proximity of the river. And a recap of the sample method 3, which is just randomly select one region in each of the rows and inspect the cabbages. So essentially the farmer will randomly select one region in row A, 1 through 5, one region in row B, 6 through 10, row C, D, and E, etc., 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 and check the aphid for the aphid counts. So the farmer will randomly check each region for aphids Let's check that. The farmer will randomly choose one region in each row for aphids.